Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Let's seek the truth and travel the long road to justice together. What you know, Alibis. Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi. It's Friday, January 23rd. This is going to be a very quick episode. Today was just a hot mess. The defense attorney wasn't prepared, and I know that watching trials about murders is not supposed to be entertainment, but I have to say it was so dull that I literally nodded off a few times here at my desk. So I'm just doing a really broad overview of what was testified to today, because if I were to go through all of it, you guys would be asleep in the first 15 minutes. Before we get started, one piece of big news that we found out today is Brendan Banfield is expected to take the stand. The judge really wanted to get the evidence done today, but I don't even think we're close. First up on the stand again was Brendan Miller. He essentially authenticated some records in preparation for the PI taking the stand again, and that covered everybody's phones as well as Christine's laptop. So back on the stand, Harry Lidsky, the defense private investigator. His testimony was all about the different devices, lots of logins, timestamps, account accesses, things like that. The witness said that Christine inquired about getting new windows back in 2021. He said he performed all of his work first before looking at Detective Miller's findings, and he does admit to really copying Brendan Miller's work because he thought it was so good. It didn't affect the conclusion that he came to, but it did verify what he found independently during his investigation. The witness reviewed timestamps and digital artifacts for the jury all day long. One thing was a mirror selfie that was taken on January 27th, 2023 by Christine, and that was the same day that FetLife account was created. They show recovered Facebook data that showed Christine sent that photo to Brendan with a message that referenced a new bathing suit. The defense says this supports a broader pattern. Christine was actively using her phone and communicating during the same time frame. He points out that some of the activity on the FetLife account using Christine's photos occurred on her laptop at the same time unrelated activity was taking place on her cell phone, which to me would indicate Brendan and or Juliana had the laptop and Christine had her cell phone, but that's just me. The PI said the evidence showed someone logged into her laptop, downloaded an image from her Facebook account, edited that, and then uploaded it to FetLife, which was January 17th. He pointed to internet browsing history on Christine's devices, including searches for performances for Frozen and workout clothing. He said he reviewed about a year of her activity to determine what was typical for her online habits and the time of day she usually browsed. He points to a time where all three devices were in three different places at the same time. This was on February 20th, 2023 at 10:58 p.m. Christine's laptop is logging into her own Gmail, and Brendan and Juliana were not in the house. But this is her own Gmail. This is not the one that was created for her, unless I totally misunderstood him. They briefly call another witness who was an audio-visual forensic expert. He's mainly focusing on the 911 call, and he focused on a very specific part where you can hear a groaning sound briefly. That was the only part he worked on. However, there was a problem with the tech, and they brought the PI back to the stand. They show some messages between the FetLife accounts, communication between the imposter and Joseph Ryan. And that was really kind of it for the day. I mean, if I broke it down, it would just be dates and times things were accessed, and it would just be a lot of the same stuff, just a different date, different time. So you didn't miss much if you didn't watch today, I'll tell you that. At the end of the day, the judge told the jury, with the storm coming here on the East Coast, to follow federal offices, and if they're closed, the courts are closed. If federal offices are open, the court can still make their own decision, and in that case, they would reach out to them personally. And one thing the judge did do at the very end of the day was she told the defense attorney to take time to get organized. She said today the wheels were coming off. She doesn't want to waste the jury's time or her time. I think everybody now is just looking forward to Brendan taking the stand and seeing how that goes. I hope all y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.